someone doing something else to even it all out. You can have the good without the bad, the nice without the nasty, happy without the sad. But the balance is all out. Our time is nearly over. The damage has been done, and the worst is yet to come. Everything's burning around me. Everything's falling down. Everything's coming to an end. This is the end. We've lost everything. Every time you think you're doing something right, you're just reminded that nothing really matters at all. You can't save the world from all the wars, just can't kick down all those doors. There's no fight left anymore, 'cause the balance is all out. Our time is nearly over. The damage has been done, and the worst is yet to come. Everything's burning around me. Everything's falling down. Everything's coming to an end. This is the end. We've lost everything. Everything's burning around me. Everything's falling down. Everything's coming to an end. This is the end. We've lost everything. Everything's burning around me. Everything's falling down. Everything's coming to an end. This is the end. Everything's burning around me. Everything's falling down. Everything's coming to an end. This is the end. We've lost everything.
We've had like the driest summer up until about a week and a half ago, and now it's just all the rain in the world is currently smashing down in the UK.
Where in the UK are you located?
What around just north of London, so Watford
Okay, I
area.
have friends that live in London actually that used to live here, and they moved over there temporarily for a job, like 2 to 3 year placement, and they have now been there for 19 years. They said they're never coming back. They love it there.
Fair enough.
So, have you ever been to the States?
Not since I was a very young child, and we did the family trip to Florida for Disney World,
Oh,
and
okay.
yeah, I was about 8, I think, at the
So,
time.
never to play music or attend a festival or anything like that.
No, it's on the list, probably to go and see some shows because there's a few bands I want to see that never seem to come across our way.
Right.
So yeah, but to play over there as a UK band is really difficult. So
We know.
I'm not sure we'd ever get that opportunity, really, to be honest. But
I
we can
mentioned that
dream.
we're going to Supernova tonight, and a lot of bands had to cancel because the visa's gonna come through, and,
Yeah,
it's really hard right now to get over here as an international band.
yeah. I remember, like, I think it was last year, late last year, or early this year, maybe. Call Me Malcolm got turned away
Yes.
before, and
I was
yeah,
supposed
just
to
sent
see
back
them on
home.
that run. They were supposed to play a venue 20 minutes from me, and they had to
Oh
cancel.
no,
Yeah. So,
they're
I don't know
such a
if you
good band.
I don't know if you've heard of the festival. This is not Croydon Fest. I live really, really close to that venue.
I have heard, yeah,
So,
yeah. I've
Famous
seen a lot
Idea
of
has
friends
played
that
a
have,
couple times. I'm
yeah.
sure you're familiar with Famous Idea, yeah.
Yes, yes, yeah. Very good friends with those guys.
Yeah. We've had Danny on a couple times.
Nice.
So
He's a good guy.
let me circle back and introduce you and us. My name's Jess.
Yep.
We're here with Ska Talk with Skagazine, and not very often do we get to interview a band overseas because of our time difference and work schedules. We all have real jobs and whatnot. But I just happened to be off today and we were able to work out this interview with Charlie from Codename Colin. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Thank you.
Tell us, what do you do in the band?
I am the singer and only guitarist. Could be considered lead guitarist, but I don't really have the skills for that, so only guitarist
You say
works.
the only guitarist. So tell me about the band. How many members are in the band?
There's four of us at the minute, but it fluctuates between whether our old sax player wants to play a show or not, or whatever. But at the moment, it is me on guitar and singing, Ian our sax player, Mewis our bass player, and Kieran our drummer. We had a regular trumpet player, Snowy, who sadly passed away in April this
Oh, I'm
year.
sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it sucks, but we managed to get our new EP all recorded and everything with him, and yeah,
I
so
actually think I saw this now that you mention it.
yeah, it's not been a easy year
Yeah,
without him,
I'm
to be honest.
sure.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I'm very sorry, and that must be difficult as a band. Were you always the same members, or
pretty
have you been
much.
through?
Yeah,
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 and you've been
since like
together for what? Like
2017.
that's like what, 8 years?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, that's rough.
yeah, and we were like rehearse like every single week as well, so it's like
So you're
it's not
probably
like
like brothers.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
really big time. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Wow. So I mean, I'm glad you're continuing on in his honor because I'm sure
yes,
he would want that.
yeah, absolutely. Like
Um,
he really would have,
and he
but
did record on the CP that you just released.
yes, and he
Okay.
played fantastically well on it, and it's the most proud of. We're all saying as we finished recording it, it's the best music we'd ever made. Like all of us were saying, we're really proud of it. So yeah, we're glad to get it out. Glad to get people listening to it.
Yeah, so I started with the new EP because I wasn't very familiar with your music, and a friend here recommended you. His name's Matthew. I don't know if you or talk on a personal level or whatnot, but he asked me to bring you on the show, which is always great. I love when listeners reach out and they're like, "Oh, you got to bring this person on," because not only do I like to introduce people to bands, I love when they introduce me to them as well because I don't find everyone on my own. There's so many out there,
Oh, it's
you
insane if
know.
you try and keep track of every single band.
Exactly. So I was really appreciative that he brought you to my attention and asked me to bring you on the show.
Yeah, no, it's really cool, really cool.
Tell me about your musical background. When did you start playing music? Were you a young kid?
I was a teenager. I would think I was about 13, 14, maybe. And I remember I had a music class at school and had to write like we got tasked with writing a TV style theme song, and I wrote something completely off the cuff, didn't care that much, I wasn't that interested, and got an A for it. And then my teacher was like, "Ah, you should consider having like proper lessons on an instrument." And I just completely wasn't interested. Just didn't care. Was like, "Nah, I'm just going to go out skateboarding," and um, really wasn't interested. And then about a year later, friends of mine played at a show at school. And they're like my best friends I've been skating with since I was like 5 years old. And they played this gig, and I was just like, yeah, I want to do that. I'm gonna do that because all I'd seen was like playing an acoustic guitar and playing
Hmm.
lots of little folk songs, and then my friends just got up on stage and played some Blink-182 covers. I was like, yeah, I'm in. Get me a guitar. I want to do that. So yeah, I think that was about in year 9 in UK school is about 12 or 13, I think. So
Okay.
yeah, around then. And just immediately started writing songs and playing in bands with my friends and have done ever since.
How many bands have you been in before Codename Colin?
Uh, 5, I think, like as proper bands, and then I've played guitar messing around with a few other
Wow.
people, like just for like 1 or 2 gigs and stuff in the past. a few times. But yeah, I think 5 actual bands. They all pretty much follow the same sort of pop punky ska style.
which is always fun. Um, are you in any other bands now, or is it just Codename Colin?
Just Codename Colin.
Okay.
Yeah.
I asked that because so many people who play ska are in like 5 to 8 bands, and I don't know
Yeah,
how they
it's
juggle
it's
their
mostly the
schedule.
brass sections though.
Oh yeah,
Although
absolutely.
I did fill in for Bite Me Bambi back in
Oh,
August
I love Bite Me
on
Bambi.
guitar.
They're so much fun.
Yeah. Oh, they're
I
great. Yeah.
I missed them at Supernova the last time I went in 2023, just because sometimes you miss sets. It's hard to catch them all.
Yeah.
And I think we went to the after party and we were out very late the night before and we just didn't make it in time. And I finally got to see them this year on the Summer Circus tour with Les and Jake, and they are
Yeah.
amazing. So much
Oh,
fun.
so good.
The energy
Yeah.
is just incredible. And Selena has such a great voice. Um, sorry, this interview is about you, not Bite Me Bambi.
No, 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 it's fine. It's fine. She's a friend. It's all good.
Small world, big
Yeah,
family,
that's
no matter where you are in the
it.
world. Um, gosh, where were we? We were talking about your bands. Codename Colin's your only band. Has this been your most serious band?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I was in a band before with a couple of guys that got quite serious, but it was one of those bands that just was never taking off in the way that we wanted. So I started getting a bit frustrated because I wasn't writing the songs in that band. So I was getting a bit frustrated. So I made a decision. It was like 2016. I was like, I'm going to start playing ska again and really give it some. And yeah, I took it so seriously from the start, like paying for like great recordings, but better recordings than I'd done in the past, and paid for like online promotion and stuff that I'd never done before. Really took it seriously,
Right.
which sort of paid off to a point. We don't like earn a living off of it or anything, but it's we
Not
don't
many
play
do,
to
unfortunately.
empty. We unfortunately, like, yeah, we it's hard to do with ska music, but we don't play to like empty rooms, thankfully, anymore.
Right? I mean, it's a
Yeah,
thriving scene.
it's really great. Yeah, there's so many good ska bands over here and punk bands, and there's all sorts of different blends of genres as well. Like
Mm.
um, there's bands like bringing drum and bass into things, and lots of hip hop and stuff. Such a wide, varied scene within a scene. Um,
And
yeah,
the
it's really cool.
festivals out there look like they're huge. Like, what are the size crowds those festivals usually draw?
Um, what, is in small little ska festivals or the big
Or,
main?
I mean, both, because the ska bands play the punk festivals too, like what, Manchester, and what else is out there?
Yeah,
Punk Rock
so
Holiday.
Punk Rock Holiday is amazing. If you ever get a chance to
I
go
have
over to
never
that,
been, and it's on my bucket
oh,
list.
absolutely do it. Absolutely do it. That is my favorite place in the world. Um, but that's only, I think, 5 or 6 thousand people.
Oh, okay.
So it's not a huge thing. It's great because for how intimate it is. Um,
Hmm.
Over here, the Rebellion Festival is probably the
Oh
biggest punk
yeah.
festival. Um, that's huge, like with just like half a dozen huge stages going. Manchester Punk Festival is a pretty big one as well. But you get loads of nice little ones, like Level Up Festival in London. Um, that was that's all just the New Cross Inn, which is like a 300 capacity venue,
Mm.
and they just do all weekend there. There's lots of those sorts of ones. We're playing one in over in Essex called Undercover Festival at the end of the month, which is another sort of just smaller venue putting on bands for the whole weekend sort of thing. But that's probably on a bit of a more bigger scale than the new Level Up one, because there's actual camping and there's outdoor stage and stuff.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, there's really loads of smaller festivals that are doing really well. There's a great one called 2000 Trees that's more of a sort of indie rock festival rather than for ska
Yeah,
bands. But
I've heard of that one.
that's
I
like,
don't. I don't know if Catlight's on that lineup or they played it before. I think I've heard of them through
I
them.
think they played it this year. I think,
Oh, okay. Did it already pass
yeah,
this year?
I think so. I think they were on
Huh.
because they were over here that time of year. I think, or it might have
Yeah.
been last year. Um, but yeah, that's a really great festival for like smaller bands and stuff.
Hmm. So how did the band form? Were any of you in former bands together, or how did you find your bandmates?
I'd never met any of them before starting this band.
Oh wow.
It was me and a friend who did play bass for like the first 6 months. We'd played uh, in an older band that was called Codename Colin, weirdly, but we never really took it seriously enough. We named it and then just didn't really do a whole lot with it.
Where did the
So we
name come
sort of
from?
the name, it's an amalgamation. Our old bass player from that original band that only lasted like 5 or 6 months. He really liked the TV cartoon Codename Kids Next Door, and also we all really liked the TV show Spaced. And I don't know if Spaced has made it over to the US,
Mm.
but it's like Simon Pegg's first sort of breakout TV show. And his dog in it was called Colin, which is the little schnauzer that we have as our logo.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
And he just like combined the two things there. From what I remember, there was a lot of smoking happening when we were doing that. So I think that's the origin story of the name. But in terms of this group, because I did another band after that, and then when I decided to start taking ska seriously, and form this band, I found pretty much everyone through like joinmyband.com and like
Hmm.
Gumtree
I have
ads
never
and
heard of
things.
that.
Yeah, it's basically like Craigslist for
Right.
musicians sort of thing. Um, and I found everyone on there. I just sent out loads of emails to people being like, "Hey, I'm starting this band. Here's my demo. Are you interested in playing?" And our sax player Ian got in touch. Was like, I was thinking of giving up sax, but I thought I'd give this a go, and if it works, it works. And or something along those lines. He hadn't played in a band playing sax before, so I think he needed like a little bit of a goal or something. So he joined. Our old sax player Sam, who played alto sax. Um, he was only 15 at the time, and he'd been turned down by like loads of cover bands because they were like, we can't have a 15-year-old in the band. Whereas I was just desperate for anyone to play an instrument because I'd already booked a gig. So it was just like, I don't care if you just turn up if you can make it great. Um, and Kieran, our drummer, he lived in my town, and weirdly how we'd never met before, but our old bands had done at least 30 shows together and we'd never met before. I don't know how. So we went to the pub to chat. I got in touch with him and we just talked about old gigs for ages. Completely forgot to ask if he was interested in actually playing. And then as we walked out the pub, he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm in. Let's do it."
And you
And
all just
then
hit it off and got along right away?
yeah, and we all just really got along really well. Started playing shows. Later in the year, Lewis joined on bass, and he I put out an advert saying we needed a new bass player on Facebook, and I put a photo of Roger Lima saying, "We need a bass player. If you look anything like this guy, you probably got the job." And Lewis, who somehow didn't see that advert but found out that we were looking for a bass player, was like the first person I booked into audition out of like 15 bass players. He turned up, dreadlocks, Ernie Ball bass, the exact same as Roger Lehman. We're like, I guess you're in then, mate. I've got to phone these 14 other people now to tell them sorry. The first guy that turned up was our guy.
That's
And
hilarious.
yeah, he never saw the advert. He's just like, what? It's like dreadlocks, everything. Like, yeah, it was hilarious. And yeah, and we've all just been really good mates ever since, really.
So, songwriting and the making of the albums.
Yeah.
How much of this are you doing on your own, and how much are the other members contributing? Like, it sounds like you're in charge of the lyrics and the songwriting. Is that true?
Uh, Majority of, yeah.
Okay.
Um, there's a lot of times where Lewis and Ian will send me lyric ideas, but not like fully fleshed out things, and I'll then sort of be able to get an idea from that and like expand on it. Or there'll be other times where we'll have like a Google document up with the lyrics, and I'll just write what I have, and the other guys will write something, and then we'll just mush it all together. But I think for the last EP, I think all the lyrics bar, I think the second verse of Hangover, I think Lewis wrote, but the rest of the lyrics were me. But musically, especially this EP, it was very much right, like in the room all together contribution. It wasn't me turning up, so like, you do this, and we'll go with that. It was very much written together. Whereas some stuff in the past was more, I'd write a whole song at home, bring it to the guys, and say this is how it goes, and learn it.
Right. So
But
as each release came out, you see it progressing more and people being more involved.
yes,
Yeah,
absolutely,
and
and
it's
I guess that's kind of natural as we
mhm.
spent more time playing together.
Yeah, I mean the new EP is great. I love it. I can relate to a lot of the lyrics and the songs on it. So it was great to listen to because just the other day I was like, oh fuck, I'm never drinking again. So it
So
starts
was
off
I,
with
funnily enough.
Hangover. We do a Brain on Ska where we like to go through the songs and kind of like dig in and learn the meaning of them.
Yeah,
So if you are open to doing that, we can do that with the new EP songs.
yeah, absolutely.
So it starts off with Hangover, like I just said. What inspired that song? Was there any like one night? Was it a
There
combination
was.
of oh,
I went to see Sonic Boom 6 and the JB Conspiracy Player show at the Signature Brewery in London, and got hilariously drunk. Um, me and Matt from the JB Conspiracy were supposed to be trying to make a promo video for the tour we were doing later in the year, and it was just me just drunkenly mumbling over everything. And but yeah, that was the night that I wrote. I woke up with the worst hangover and spent the day just scribbling lyrics into my phone, and yeah, that was a very heavy night.
have you had a drink since then?
Plenty.
We're a lot
Yeah,
alike.
yeah, I kind of have a bit of a reputation for drinking far too much beer, and
Oh,
there's like
we're a lot alike.
almost every show that we play, there's a photo of me like mid gig, like with a pint in my hand, and um, quite often I'll down a pint on stage because I just need to get rid of it and carry on playing the next song, and yeah.
That's funny because when I went to see the Summer Circus tour, I saw Bite Me Bambi and I saw Fishbone and it was great, but by the time the Suicide Machines got on stage, I was gone. I don't remember any of their set. And they're like my favorite ska punk band. And then I clearly don't remember Less Than Jake if I don't remember Suicide Machines. So I woke up the next morning and I was like, fuck, I don't even remember them playing. That's crazy. Never drinking again. And that's not the first time or the last time that has happened,
No,
as you
is
know.
I pretty much say I'm not drinking any more beer like every Sunday morning. It's kind
Yeah.
of like
One day I'm gonna maybe not drink again, but my husband's always like, "Yeah, I've heard that before. I'll talk to you tomorrow."
yeah.
So that's fun. Anything else you want to add about that song, or it's pretty
Nice, but
self-explanatory?
it's pretty. It's like we really wanted to write like I really wanted to write a really like simple rock song. Like when I wrote that, and it was like we've been writing lots of like emotional stuff or political stuff and other topics, and I was just wanted to write a silly song. I kind of stole the riff from The Darkness, um, but that's fine. They steal all their stuff from AC/DC, so you know.
All right. Well, I'm assuming this next song explains why you wanted to write a silly song. Were you feeling a little burnout?
Ah, yeah.
So let's jump right into that. What can you tell me about that song?
uh, it was kind of written when I was stressed about writing songs, weirdly. And I had a lot going on with work and stuff, and sort of realizing that I was being a bit of a knob to people, like my girlfriend, I was being a grumpy ass and I was just stressed out all the time. So it's kind of like that putting those feelings out there of just feeling too fed up and wanting to scream, really. I did like have another chorus for it originally that was a bit wordier, and then I was like, no, I'm just going to shout and burn out, and just stuck with that.
I can imagine that's fun for fans to sing it, shout along with you at the shows.
Yeah.
You just released this in August, so how long have you been playing these songs? Did you play them before it was released?
We did, yeah. We played all of them on our April. No, we played 4 out of 5 of them on our April tour
Okay.
this year. Um, the worst is yet to come. We actually played on our April tour last year, um, just testing it out live and see how it went. And Hangover, we played on our tour at the end of, I think it was October last year. We tested that out live then. And Hangover's pretty much been in the set for every gig since we first tested it out. We just like playing it. So,
Mm-hmm.
but all of the other songs we played on our tour, except for the Imposter, we didn't play that, and sadly, Snowy never actually got to play that one live in front of people, which sucks. But we played that for our show in Camden in June, where it was sort of meant to be a release show originally, but because of everything that happened, we didn't release it and the original schedule. So we just had a big party and celebrated Snowy. And our old sax player Sam then came and learned all his parts, and that was the first time we played it. Then I think I've played it twice live since, but yeah, it went down really well. And that was the one we were most worried about playing live because it's a bit tricky for all of us to actually play.
Oh yeah. Is that
It's
going to be
like
played for like special occasions then?
maybe it doesn't quite make it when we've got a half-hour set. It probably won't make it into the half-hour sets, but we do like playing it. It's just it's very full on for all of us. Like there's no respite in it at all. So we kind of have to get it in early if we're going to do it. Because if we play it towards the end of the set, there is no way I'm going to be able to sing it. It's just be croaky by then.
Yeah. Well, what is the worst is yet to come all about?
That is sort of a continuation on our song "The World's Gonna End," which is on our last album, which is about climate change and people not really caring about it and not doing anything to change at all. And it's kind of that, oh, well, it's not my problem, it's someone else's problem attitude. And it's kind of just carrying on from that, really.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's something we all do think about, but we don't want to like constantly be shouting about it. So we stick like one song in about that in amongst the songs about drinking beer.
Just make sure you're recycling those cans and bottles,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
I've been to so many and I know it's hard on a large scale, but it's not impossible. I've been to so many like shows and festivals where they don't have recycle. You're just throwing in the trash. And I'm like, it's a lot of cans of beers we're doing this with, you know? So
Yeah,
I get it. Not to mention all the
yeah,
other stuff, you know.
it's hard to try and feel like you're actually making any difference, but you've just got to try.
Yeah. And if everybody just tries, then maybe we can do it. But
Then
that's the fight that you say there's no fight left anymore because if it's not a collective effort, then
yeah, exactly.
yeah.
But someone said something to me about it that made me laugh. There was because everyone like, especially these like after years of hearing about it, everyone's sort of given out like, oh, it's just a hoax and it's not real. And then someone said to me, it's like, well, what if it is a hoax? What's the worst that's going to happen? The world would just be a little bit nicer.
Right?
Cool.
That's a good way
Like,
of putting it, right?
yeah.
Well, we can keep trying
Yeah, exactly.
and hopefully more people will wake up, you know.
One day, one day.
Next next up is The Imposter, which you say is hard to play, but what is the idea behind that song?
So that's about dealing with imposter syndrome and that sort of feeling of like never really feeling like you're doing the right thing or good enough at what you do. And it's sort of written as if it's like the devil on your shoulder and you're talking to that devil on your shoulder giving you a hard time, sort of thing. um that's, yeah, but it is incredibly hard to play and sing.
Yeah. So if you ever come to the States to play, you're gonna have to play that because that would be a special occasion, yeah?
No, absolutely, absolutely.
And then finally you wrap it up with a little help.
Yeah, that's probably the most sort of heart on my sleeve personal I've ever written. um and it's just about dealing with depression in day-to-day sort of life, because I just don't have a properly functioning brain apparently. So, and lots of people don't, and it's
Mhm.
just, it's so many people don't actually say anything about it. um so yeah, it's just a very sort of candid, this
Yeah.
is how I feel some days and it sucks sort of thing. Yeah, very self-explanatory lyrics again. There was no sort of hidden meaning with it or anything,
Right.
just
And I think a lot of people
write
can
down.
relate because, like you said, a lot of people have the same issue. And I think we're all victims of society and the way we're living today. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I get it. I can relate. I can pretty much relate to every song on this EP, honestly. And I don't say that very often. So, take it as a
I
compliment.
think
I am a
good.
big
That's it.
lyrics person. So, lyrics like really hit me. And when I can relate to them, it makes me want to listen even more, obviously.
Yeah, I'm glad you like it.
Yeah. And I know my teammates because we talk with the co-host before the episodes and all that. They're really digging it too. They just kind of work out the schedule. So
Oh yeah, it's
just
fine.
thought
Like the
I'd
rest of the
pass that
band all
on.
have proper jobs and stuff, so that's why I'm here. Because
Right. I do. I typically do too. If I didn't have off today, we would have had to like schedule a weekend or something. And
yeah, like
you'll
middle
probably
of the
be
night
playing
for one of
gigs
us.
while I'm home. And. So yeah. What's the reception been like to the EP over there?
It's been really good. We've only sort of, we put the whole EP on Bandcamp,
Okay.
um,
It's
but we've only
self-release,
released.
yes.
Yeah, 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 we don't have a label, um, so it's all very DIY. But we've put out physical CDs which people have been buying, but we've only released Hangover on Spotify. And we're trying that whole waterfall release thing to
Yeah,
try
I
and get
was
on
I was
playlists and
looking on,
stuff. But
Apple Music, and I was like, "Oh, there's only one song here," so I had to go over to Bandcamp and listen, which is fine,
yeah, it's
you
kind
know?
of worked in that, um, we like, people have then gone to Bandcamp and picked up and downloaded the songs and stuff,
Mhm.
which helps pay for the like
Of
the
course.
actual recording of it, because we don't have a label paying for it. It's just straight out of our pocket. Um, so that's good. So we're trying to release a song every three weeks, I think is the plan. Lewis deals with the release of stuff usually, so he's got it all set up, but I think it's every 3 weeks. So the next one's be released on Spotify will be The Worst Is Yet to Come,
Okay.
which will be on next Friday, I think, the 19th.
Alright. Any plans for that release? Like, do you do any, special promotion on social media? Any music videos planned?
Not for that song, it would just be loads of short form TikTok stuff that we generally
Oh,
hate doing.
I'll have to follow on TikTok. We do have a
Yeah,
TikTok, I
it's
just don't use it as much as the others.
no, no, but to be honest, a lot of the stuff that I put on TikTok then just goes straight onto Instagram anyway.
Right.
And but it's that short form content sort of is really what people are actually paying attention to these days.
Mhm.
Like we put out the music video for Hangover, and like the full video has had like a few hundred views on YouTube, but the song has been streamed on Spotify like 10,000 times. So
Right.
like full videos just aren't cutting it these days. It's got to be something that you can then cut up and use on other
Yeah.
platforms.
I
Um,
think with the way we are, like, first of all, our attention span has gotten
oh, it's like a
very
goldfish
small.
these days. Yeah,
Exactly. And with music, you can listen while you're doing things, but you can't watch and listen and do other things. So
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I think that's why you see
But
that
like if you cut it
happening.
into like a 30-second video and someone's gonna see that, like I did that with our Just Can't Get Enough video that we put
Hmm.
out like a few years ago. And that had done well. That got quite a lot of views on YouTube beforehand. But as I started using TikTok earlier this year, I just cut that up into segments, and like a 45-second clip of it got like 300,000 views and in like 2 days. And then I put out one of our original songs and it gets next to nothing in comparison.
Have you ever looked at your views by like location to see where most of your views are coming from and whatnot?
I don't do that because I have no idea how all that works, but Lewis
Right.
does a lot. He's right into that. And he's always saying there's quite a lot more worldwide than we expected.
Yeah.
Um, there's a lot in the US and Canada, and since we played Punk Rock Holiday last year, there's a lot in Germany. Of a lot of listeners in Germany. We camped next to a big group of German people that became very big fans and very good friends for the whole
Yeah.
week that we
Word
were
of
there
mouth
last
is
year.
still one of the
And
best
it's
ways.
yeah,
Yeah.
they took our stage banner home and everything. They were like, "Yeah, you guys are great. We're going to take all of your stuff." And they were like, "Can we have a t-shirt?" And we're like, "We have no money. Can I just give you some weed?" And we're like, well, all right. Like,
Well, it sounds like you got a little return on that investment.
yeah, it was good. It was good.
What other festivals have you played over there?
Not too many. We've actually struggled to get onto the festival circuit in general, for years. So we did Rebellion Festival like way back in 2019 on the introducing stage, and then we tried to apply and um, I just had no luck getting on it. We don't really have the right contacts, I don't think. Um, we won a competition years ago to open Slam Dunk Festival. So we did that. That was great. And then I forgot to say our name on stage, and no one knew who we were. Because I was drunk by that point.
You don't say.
We had an interesting time at Slam Dunk Festival. It was 2018, I think. Good Charlotte were the headliners. It was Real Big Fish and Goldfinger, I think. I think Save Ferris as well. So a real big like ska and pop punk festival. It was, like one that we always used to go there every year anyway. Like,
Right.
um, and we are we played like a little like local beer festival the week before, and the guys doing the sound on that were working for Slam Dunk, and they were our stage crew. And if they weren't, I don't think we'd have actually played because they were such a massive help. Lewis's bass just died, like an hour before we were meant to play, like the biggest gig of our lives, and we were just panicking, and they were just like, right, give us the base, we'll see what we can do, go get a drink, come back in an hour, like before you go on, and if it works it works, if it doesn't, mime. So me and Lewis went away, drank probably about 8 shots of Fireball each and a couple of pints. This is like at 11:30 in the morning. Our set time was I think 12:30. And we get back and we walk on stage. Lewis picks up his bass, not knowing whether it's going to work or not. The sound crew were just like, "Yeah, we fiddled around with it and we hope it works." So he walked onto the stage not knowing if it was going to work at all, and he plugged it in, and it worked. And he just looked at me and he was like, relief on his face, and he was like, "I'm just not going to move for this entire gig, just in case I do something." So it was like the most static he's ever been for a gig because all the electrics were just like falling to pieces or something inside. Um, so yeah, that was our biggest festival experience, really, just being terrified that it was going to go horrifically wrong. Um, and then Punk Rock Holiday we played last year, 2024, which is another sort of bucket list one that me and Lewis we've been going there since like 2016. And just yeah, it's such a cool festival. We love it. Um, and yeah, we applied to play like every year since, and then and they finally booked us after 8 years, I think, of trying, which is good. And yeah, had the best time.
Awesome. Um, as far as bands go, do you have any bucket list bands that you would love to play with or maybe do a collab with?
Ooh, uh, probably like I'd like to play a show with Good Charlotte. They were my
Okay.
favorite band as a kid. They were the
Are they
first like
still
rock
playing? I
band
don't
I ever
even
did.
know.
Yeah, they just put out
Okay.
like a new album. I don't
Okay.
care for it. I only want to listen to the
You like
first
the
three
old stuff.
albums,
Yeah.
but
Mhm.
yeah, 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 yeah. But um, but they're really good live. They talk a lot, which I know a lot
I
of
don't
bands
I
do.
don't know that I've seen them live.
Yeah, they are good. Yeah, they're really good. I think I don't know because they started going a bit moodier and stuff. There's not as much of this sillier stuff and that
Uh-huh.
in the set. It's all quite serious and that, but they are very good live. They sound great. I went with my mum to see them once at Alexandra Palace. That was a really good gig. Again, got very drunk. So yeah, if we could support Good Charlotte, that would be amazing. Lewis would hate that. He despises Good Charlotte. But to do a collab with, I don't know, like anyone really that wants to help us out would be cool. Maybe like Madness. If Suggs wants to get on a track with us, that'd
Mm.
be amazing.
Yeah, that would be cool. Who are some of your personal influences besides Good Charlotte?
Madness, Good Charlotte, Thin Lizzy. I love Thin Lizzy. The Darkness. Because I don't know, did were the Darkness a one hit wonder in the States? I think, yeah. I don't know if
Probably.
they crossed over there.
I've heard of them.
Um,
I'm not familiar with them at all though.
they do the "I Believe in a Thing Called Love" song. That
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, they're a big influence. Yeah, like the specials and all the two tone stuff was a big influence. The Clash, and then yeah, just all the naughty skate punk stuff that came around.
Mhm.
Just love all that. Yeah.
Anyone you haven't had a chance to see live yet that you're like wanting to see?
Uh, there's Ballyhoo. I have been a fan of since they put out their first like I don't was it an EP? Um, the 365-day weekend thing or something.
Mhm.
It was like 2006 or something they put that out, maybe even earlier. Um, and I don't even know how I found them because they're not a big band over here. Very few people, especially then, knew who they were. I think I found them on a LimeWire download thing or
Oh
something.
wow.
Like, probably gave me like loads of viruses at the same time on my computer. But yeah, that I've wanted to see them ever since. I love Ballyhoo, but they've never played in the UK, so yeah, that's a band I'll have to come across to the US and go to one of
They
their
have
shows
a
for.
big thing going on down in Orlando, I think in I don't know when, September maybe? I forget.
Yeah.
Oh, it is September already. Jeez.
Oh
My.
God.
um what about newer bands? Are there any new bands out there that maybe not even new, just underrated bands that you think could use some more attention that you really dig? I always like to ask that
Uh,
question.
Probably they're not a new band by any stretch of the imagination. They've been going for years, but the JB Conspiracy,
Oh, they're
who
coming here
played
this
with,
next month.
they are. I think it's
Yes.
like in like 2 weeks' time.
I
They're
hope
playing
they
like a
really
few
make it.
shows
I'm
over there.
nervous.
Yeah, I know, right? But they are absolutely incredible. They are probably the best live band in the UK
Okay, I have
scene.
never seen them, so and I can't imagine anyone being better than Famous Idea. So if you say they're the best live band, I have to make it.
Well, Bobble's in both
Yeah.
bands, so
Uh-huh. Say less.
um, yeah, they are ridiculously good. So if you do
Yeah.
get to go see them, like,
Yeah, I'm
definitely go
gonna
see
have
them.
to. I mean, why would I miss that, right? They're playing with Big D and the Kids Table, and
That's right. Yeah.
I forget who the other band is. Well,
I can't
anyway, that's
remember. Yeah.
beside the point. So check out JB Conspiracy.
Yes,
And I've
absolutely.
listened to them some. I know their music, but I've never gotten to see them live.
Ah,
So
you're in for a treat.
yeah. Um, gosh, where was I going? As far as your band goes, what do you have coming up that you want to promote? Are there any shows you want to promote, or are you already working on new music? Sometimes I hear that people are, even though they just released something.
Um, I'm always writing little bits and pieces. I've got little song ideas. Me and Ian tend to send each other loads of little song ideas constantly, and then when we actually decide to sit down and write something, we'll just sift through and like find the good ones and bin off everything else. But no, we're not really working on anything new at the minute. But shows, we've got lots of sort of small pub shows around the UK. We've got a couple next weekend, and the following weekend, and then we've got some in October, and they're all like little sort of 60, 70 cap shows.
Hmm.
Um, and then we're playing a Christmas show of Sonic Boom 6 in London on the
Oh,
20th. So yeah, so we've got a few little shows. Nothing major going on now. Like just trying to promote the new EP, really.
yeah. And sometimes those intimate shows are the best. They're the ones I love the most.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to play bigger shows as an artist, I'm sure, but there's nothing like a small room show to me.
No, I love the
Yeah.
little rooms. They yeah.
Mm.
I know sometimes it's hard when you like the stage isn't even big enough for the drum kit sometimes, but
Or there's no
we
stage
make
at
it work.
all.
Yeah, it's just like the floor in the corner, like
Exactly. Yeah.
we do plenty of those. Like that's yeah, and they're always great fun. Like sometimes like the crowd are so into it, like you lose all
Uh-huh.
your microphones all of a sudden, and beer's getting spilt all over you, but you just get on with it. It's great
Yeah, it
fun.
makes for a really good experience.
Yeah.
We just started booking shows over here, and I always say to the bands, like, this is not fancy. There is no stage. This is just a 90 cap room, and it's just a good time.
Yeah.
And some bands don't want that.
And
But
it's hard, especially for ska bands, because
they're so
there is
big.
always risk of getting knocked out by a trombone.
True. This is true. Then you have
Yeah,
the other ska
um,
bands who are just playing their trombone through the circle pit.
yeah, bobble mostly.
Yeah. Are you familiar with the Boy Detective at all?
I actually just heard of them like a month or so ago. I think they just put out a new EP or something.
Yeah, they put
Um,
out a new LP last year, but they have another one coming out in November.
oh,
So they're
that's
releasing
obviously,
singles
yeah,
for that right now.
yeah. I've seen
But
them popping up quite a bit on social media stuff. They're
that's
really cool. I really like them.
that's the band I like to say, everybody go check out. And they're playing their horns through the pit and all that. That's why I brought them up. It's fun.
Nice.
Really fun time. And the singer is like never on stage. He's just in the crowd singing, and it's just fun, you know.
Yeah. No, that's it's Ian and Snowy were pretty good for running off into the crowd.
Yeah.
Um, we talked at one point, we played a show somewhere and like Snowy turned around and was like, one day I'm gonna play a show, mid-song, I'm gonna go and order a pint at the bar. And we played a show in Kingston and he did that and he just came back with the biggest grin on his face, stopped playing what he was meant to be playing and just chugged his beer. It's like, yeah, fair. Like
Sounds like a great time. I bet he had a hangover. Do you have any good show stories you want to share?
To be honest, like there's never like anything that really sticks out. We did some really cool stuff like in April where we played. I had no voice in April, so there was lots of crowds singing along stuff and things like that. Um, we played when we played in London. I think the most beer that's ever been spilt on a stage got spilt on that stage. But yeah, nothing like that stands out. They're all just really good fun shows. I don't think we played a show that we didn't enjoy for years now. Like it's
Hmm.
been like a good like 5 or 6 years since we played like a bad show or anything. Every show we play is just so much fun.
Besides for festivals, have you ventured out of the UK and done other shows? Like, have you hit Germany yet?
No, the only time we've ever played outside of England, we've not even played Wales or Scotland before,
Huh.
was playing Punk Rock Holiday in
Oh,
Slovenia.
wow.
Um, because obviously with working full time, we can only sort of get out and about at weekends. So we've been offered shows in like Germany and stuff, but we just can't physically get there in one day and back and get back for work and
Right.
stuff. So we have to sort of be really selective of when we tour. Because also Ian's a teacher, so it's
Oh,
basically when he's not at school is when we can tour.
what is the school year like there? You have like 2 months off for summer or
Yeah, it's like August is all off, but then he's most of the time he's spending time with his family. He goes on holiday
right.
himself then.
Makes sense.
So we tend to do April and October, because there's the Easter holiday
Hmm.
for 2 weeks in April, and October he gets a week off, before Christmas break. So yeah, that's kind of when we will do our like shows where we'll go up north in the UK, and travel further afield. Other than that, we kind of like have to sort of be within an easy drive of home for our shows.
So, who is that one band that you think you would all agree on as a group if they wanted to take you on a tour, let's say of the whole United States? Just for an example, who's that one band that you think you would all quit your jobs and go do that tour with?
Slayer.
Slayer.
Absolutely.
I didn't expect that answer. Really?
No, I mean, probably we wouldn't turn it down. I'm not sure we'd
That
go
is
down
so
very well
funny.
for their show, but we all love Slayer. So, as far as ska bands go, probably someone like Real Big Fish.
The Real
Yeah.
Big Fish has to reunite and
If
has
they
you to
if they
come
ever
over.
decide to start touring again, then we'll make sure they give us a ring and we'll come help them out. We'll wheel them out onto stage, the old
I know
boys.
they're all watch or listening to this when I release it, so
Wow, here we go.
no,
Do you need a
you
support
never
band?
know.
That's it. We're here. We're ready.
We'll tag them when we publish this so that they can hear this. We all
Yeah.
need some real big fish in our lives again. Fun
Absolutely.
times. Yeah, I miss real big fish shows. They were always a lot of fun.
Oh, it's so much fun. Yeah. It was one of those, you always know what you're going to get, and it's always just going to be good fun.
Yeah, exactly. So is there anything else you want to talk about or promote that I might
No,
have
I think
missed?
no, I think it's mostly the EP and a few shows. We haven't got a whole lot else to talk about, really. Yeah, just
I usually like to include a couple songs on the episode so that people can get a feel for the music.
Mhm.
Um, but if I were to do a clip, who would you say you sound like for fans of, for people who haven't checked you
um,
out yet?
I always describe us as cross between Green Day and Madness.
Okay,
But
that's
that's
fair.
generally for people that don't really know what ska punk is. So as far as
And we
ska
want more
punk
people to
bands,
know what ska punk is.
yeah, exactly. Probably like Less Than Jake is really the sort of easy way to
Hmm.
describe us.
Okay, well, I'm gonna see Less Than Jake Saturday.
Nice.
So for well, I'm gonna remember this at this time, maybe. I don't know. I might have a hangover someday. Who knows?
Just go drink tons and you'll be fine.
But it's gonna be fun. I've seen them a lot in the past year, actually, probably like 4 times in a year.
They've just been non-stop
Yeah.
tourings like for like 3 years now. Like I
So
think they're in the UK again in like January, I think, and yeah, they just done the European tour like last year because our our show at Punk Rock Holiday was the morning after they headlined, so
mhm.
obviously I was really hungover and just had no voice for our set because yeah, I just couldn't help myself. Love seeing Les and Jake.
I think they're coming over there real soon, right? Aren't they doing a winter
Yeah,
circus
it's
or
like
something?
that's it, and I think that's January. I know Barstool are opening
Yeah,
the show for
I'm
that one.
forgetting who they're playing with. Why do I want to say it's Bouncing
Bouncing
Souls?
Souls, I
Oh
think.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're one of my favorites, and they're from Jersey, which is like right next to me. I'm in Philly, so I've seen them a lot.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I've seen them a
Yeah.
few times. Yeah, they were playing Slam Dunk Festival quite a lot, because they were doing the Punk in Drublic tour, and
Okay.
they were just yeah. So Slam Dunk was like I think for 3 years running took on the Punk in Drublic tour for Europe. So yeah, we got No Effects and Bouncing Souls and Lagwagon and Mill Colin every year. So
That's awesome.
yeah, it was good fun.
Well, we hope to see you in the States at some point. I don't know if it will be in the next few years, honestly.
Fingers crossed we can make something happen. Well, hopefully now, if people find out who we are and we get a bit more call for demand over there, then yeah, we'll try and make something
Yeah,
happen.
your issue is going to be with the visas, obviously.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
so
is a big issue.
I
Yeah,
don't see that changing anytime soon, unfortunately. It's really, really hard
no,
for people to come and perform here.
we can dream.
Yeah, we can. And who knows? You never know what tomorrow brings, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And when Real Big Fish calls you, I'm sure you'll get it all figured out.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, absolutely. We'll be there. We'll make it work. We'll go in like hand luggage or something and just sneak in. Be fine.
Tell all the listeners where they can find you besides
Uh,
Bandcamp.
we're on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok for listening. It's on all the streaming sites, but mostly Spotify is what people use, I guess. But it's on Apple Music, it's on Amazon Music, it's everywhere.
All right, go listen to Codename Colin. Give them lots of streams. Go see them play if you're in the UK. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's been great.
And I want to remind all the listeners that you're listening to Ska Talk with Ska Gazine, and we like to make sure you know that if you want to have a scene, you got to be the scene. Show up to the shows, buy the merch, buy physical media if you can. Don't just stream music. Even though streaming, yes, get to know the bands through that, but also support them in other ways. And just show up, have fun, and help to contribute to the scene in any way you can. Because that's how we grow. Have a great night.
And you enjoy the festival.
Oh, I will. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Well, I'm hanging off the edge of my bed, daydreaming of the night before the wet in my head. It's all a bit blurry and it's all a cliche. I wish this headache would just go away. I'm taking every pill in this house to try and make myself feel a little less lousy. It's like touching the sides, I'm barely alive. I'm staying inside tonight.